After suffering big losses with the Wii U, Nintendo is merging their handheld and home console talent into one device. Can this hybrid console steer Nintendo in the right direction? I'm Mac with Your Tech Explained, and this is our review of the Nintendo Switch. The Switch console is actually just a tablet, which is impressive for being more powerful than the Wii U. It's mostly plastic, but it's sturdy and well built. Its 720p multi-touch display, while not as premium as other mobile devices, is a big jump from the comparable PlayStation Vita's 540p display. The Switch's screen is actually plastic, not glass. Scratches are more likely, so I'd recommend grabbing a screen protector like I did just to be safe. The best part of the Switch hardware is the use of USB-C over proprietary ports. This makes using third-party chargers and power banks a lot easier. In my testing, USB-C chargers and power banks work just as well when on the go, as the Switch needs the extra juice from its own charger when docked. It's also possible to use USB-A ports with up to 2.4 amps, but it will charge slower. We'll add links to a couple of recommended power banks in the description. As a portable, the Switch uses cards over optical discs. The use of flash memory makes for fast load times, although the console does have a low amount of internal storage at 32GB. But this can be supplemented with non-proprietary microSD cards, unlike the Vita's memory cards. The weakest part of the Switch hardware is probably the kickstand. Isn't that stable and only locks into one viewing angle. The Wi-Fi strength also leaves something to be desired. While sporting wireless AC, the Switch's range is lower than other mobile devices. Battery life is also disappointing, averaging around 4 hours in normal use. On the sides of the Switch are the Joy-Con controllers. These can be slotted in and out of the Switch, and the included grip for some traditional controller feel. They can also be held in each hand or individually used as their own controllers. Snapping these in and out of the console and grip several times hasn't weakened their hold nor made them any less sturdy. My preferred playstyle is with one in each hand. It feels relaxing and gyroscope aiming feels natural. Individually, the Joy-Cons are noticeably smaller and cramped. Without the included straps, these are barely playable. Compromises had to be made so that each Joy-Con could work for single and multiplayer. It's not impossible to get used to, it just takes some time. The less subtle functions like HD Rumble and Amiibo support are appreciated, but I never used the IR camera in the right Joy-Con, perhaps because only one minigame in 1-2 Switch uses it so far. Of course, it wouldn't be the Switch without the dock for outputting to your TV. It is proprietary, so don't expect any USB-C to HDMI adapter to work. Besides additional connections, the dock USB-C port floats inside to prevent damaging the Switch while docking. It'd be nice if the inside of the dock was padded, as sliding the Switch in feels risky with the plastic screen. It's not included in the base package, but I have to give props to the Switch Pro controller. It's possibly the best controller I've ever used. The controls are nice and tight, and the same functions of the Joy-Cons are included, all topped off with a 40-hour battery life. The price is pretty steep at $70, but it's well worth it. Switching between home console and portable console is nice and snappy. Anytime your controller setup changes, it's easy to resync and keep going. There are some restrictions, like not being able to use the wireless controllers in airplane mode. The Switch's interface is clean and simple, for better and worse. Downloading and switching games, taking screenshots, and quick menu functions all feel very responsive. However, the Switch only has games for software at the moment. There are no entertainment apps or even a built-in web browser, a standard for modern electronics. The Switch's sleep mode is fantastic, draining only slightly while having Breath of the Wild suspended for hours. Having saves tied to the console and unmovable sucks. Hopefully a cloud save option will come down the line. Going through some launch titles, we get a look at how well the Switch handles them. Breath of the Wild looks great on the go and makes good use of the motion controls, but it drains your battery very quickly. Fast RMX upscales when docked very well and feels great with HD Rumble, but it is best to play with the Pro controller. Local multiplayer built into the Switch for Shovel Knight is nice, but don't expect tight controls and technical play with a small layout. The clarity and responsiveness of the touchscreen works well for VOES, but plays best without the flimsy kickstand. Your enjoyment of the Switch will come down to perspective. It is a mediocre home console compared to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but it's one of the strongest handheld consoles on the market. It's playable as the base unit, but you can easily rack up the cost for the optimal experience. Unless you need the latest, you're better off waiting for a bigger library or better features.